Hello and welcome to another training video by Mayday Academy. I'm Marie. I'm an instructor for firefighting and fire prevention at Mayday Academy, Maritime Safety School of Sassnitz in Germany. And today, in this video, I want to talk to you about how to check your SCBA system before using it. We have to perform the following checks before every use. Even if you're in a rush, even if it's a real emergency, please take your time to perform all the checks, because this device will be your life insurance when you are inside a burning structure or a structure with a dangerous atmosphere. Please don't get careless about this. It takes you around 1 minute. You will always have this minute. Your life is worth this minute. Okay, so how to do it? We get our device out of the fire equipment locker, and here it is. It should be okay because we do our weekly and monthly checks. But anyways, we have to do the pre-use test procedure. The pre-use test procedure, the first thing we do is we have a look. We do a visual check, have a look at everything, that the bottle is closed, that the bottle is properly connected to the regulator, that the bottle strap is tightly fitted. Then we turn it around. We will have a look at the straps. Are the shoulder straps okay? Don't they have any damage? Are they attached? Once I did an inspection on a ship and then one was not attached to the device in the fire equipment locker. We fixed it, it was okay, but it shouldn't be like that. Everything must be ready to use. We have a belly strap and we have two shoulder straps. We check the carrier plate if there is no cracks or no damages, and we also check the hoses. Are all the hoses there, and do they have any visible damage? So these don't, which is good. We check if the lung demand valve is there, because maybe someone has taken it out. Shouldn't be, yeah, it must be there. So we have a lung demand valve here, and then we also have a pressure gauge. It is very important to check the pressure gauge for any cracks. If there is a crack in the pressure gauge, once we open the bottle, there will be 300 bars on this pressure gauge. So it might just fly out. 300 bars. It's no fun. Okay, so we have a pressure gauge, which is nice. We have a nice lung demand valve. Everything's fine here. The hoses appear in good condition. And then we will turn it around again. And now the first thing we want to know is, do we have enough pressure in this compressed air bottle? This is a 300 bar air bottle for the 300 bar system. It must have at least 90% of its nominal pressure, which is 300 bars times 0.9 or times 90%, which is the same, equals 270 bars, or we say 270 bars. And we always give the pressure in 3 single digits, like we, for example, would give a course, to avoid any confusion on the radio. 270 is the minimum allowed pressure. It's always plus minus 10% is allowed. So we have the bottle, we want to know how much is inside. We need the pressure gauge to check it, but now it shows 000 because the bottle is closed as it should be. Before we open the bottle, don't put it like this. Hold your pressure gauge away from you and away from your fellow crew members and colleagues, because in case something goes wrong and the glass is going out, it will not hit anybody. Now we can open the bottle. We open it completely and then go quarter of a turn to half of a turn back. Just in case you want to close it and then you don't remember the direction because it's behind your back, then you will see, okay, it doesn't go further, so I go to the other direction, yeah? And you know that it's not stuck. We always do this with any kinds of valves on board ship. It's good practice to always, when you open the valve completely, go quarter of a turn back, and it's fine. So now we can check the pressure. here in this case we have 310. 310. It's more than the nominal pressure, but not too much. So this is fine. It's safe to use it from the point of view of filling. The next thing we want to know is if these hoses are tight, especially the so-called high pressure system. Yeah? When we have the regulator, and the regulator, you can see that there is two hoses going out of the regulator. One hose is going to the pressure gauge, the other hose is going to the lung demand valve. The lung demand valve does not give you 300 bars. Fortunately, it gives you a bit more than 1 bar because of the regulator that regulates it down to a breathable pressure. In the pressure gauge, you want to have the same pressure as in the bottle because you want to know how much is in the bottle. So we distinguish the high pressure system, this hose going to the regulator, bypassing the regulator actually, and giving you the raw pressure in the bottle, and the low pressure system going to the lung demand valve with the low pressure. So to check if the high pressure system is tight, we perform the high pressure tightness check. How do we do this? We close our bottle. So now this pressure gauge only measures the pressure between this point and this point in the hose. The bottle is isolated from the system now. And now we remember our pressure. It was 310. And now we wait for 1 minute to see if it keeps the pressure for 1 minute. You could argue, okay, 1 minute is a lot of time when you don't have time because the fire doesn't wait for you to check it. You have to check it anyways. What I can recommend is use this 1 minute, for example, to gear up, to get your turnout gear, your trousers and your jacket, your helmet, everything ready, and then this will take you about 1 minute, and after you finished you can check it again and it reads 305. You can see it here, 305, which is not perfect, but we lost 5 bars. It must not lose more than 10 bars. If it loses more than 10 bars within 1 minute, not the bottle, only the pressure hose, the high pressure hose. If this loses more than 10 bars in 1 minute, it's not safe to use it. You must get another device. Here in this case we lost 5 bars. It's not nice, but it's still considered safe. By the way, in most cases when it does not keep the pressure, the problem lies in the gasket between the regulator and the bottle. Most of the times when we have a problem here with pressure loss, we replace the gasket, the O-ring, in the regulator, and then it works fine. It keeps the pressure perfectly well. It's just something that must be replaced from time to time. Okay, so now we performed the high pressure check and we know that our bottle is full. The next step we have to do is to check the acoustic low pressure warning. The acoustic low pressure warning is a whistle built in here. It can be built in here in some systems. This Traeger system has it here in the pressure gauge. You see here is a whistle. It must whistle when the pressure drops down to 50 to 60 bars. And between this pressure and 0, the whistle must continuously whistle. How can we test it? We just can release the pressure slowly by pressing this lung demand valve. And we hear this annoying sound. This annoying whistling is not a retreat signal. When you hear it, you should already be out or very close to your way out. It's just a final warning that you still have 50 bars left, which is not much. Yeah, it gives you maybe 5 to 10 minutes in the best case. And we never want to completely empty the bottle. Yeah? An empty bottle, moisture will get in and it must be serviced. So once a bottle was completely empty, it must be serviced. So take care that you always have 10 or 20 bars left in the bottle when you bring them to the filling station. Okay, now what we tested is the visual check of the system. We tested how much air we have in the bottle. It was 310 bars. Then we closed the bottle to check the high pressure system for tightness. It was more or less tight. We tested the whistle worked well. And now the last thing to test is the mask, because we want this mask to be very tight. How do we test it? First we need to don it. Make sure that all the straps are open, otherwise you might break them. Then you go first with your chin and then put the head straps over your head. And when you did that, you start with the jaw bands. So first you tighten the jaw straps, then you tighten the temple straps, and then you tighten the head strap. Then it's most easy to don it. Otherwise, if you start with a head strap, you might tear your mask off your face again. So I explained it before because it's not a nice sound when I wear it. So I will show it. Your chin inside. Make it fit your face, make sure everything is clear. Try to get your hair out of it and tighten the straps. Must be super tight. And now how can you check if it's tight? You can check if it's tight by holding your hand on the opening, on the connection for the reglement valve, and breathing in, and then it must suck to your face. Then you know it's tight. So let's do that. I hold it. Perfect. When I undone it, I open the straps in order not to break them, they're expensive. And I can undone it. Perfect. There is a membrane inside for talking, but on the video the sound is not nice, so I explain it again. To check if the mask was tight, I closed it with the palm of my hand and then breathed in, and it sucked to my face. When it sucks to your face, it was really sucked to your face when you close it here, and then you know that it's tight. Okay, I hope you found this video useful for improving your SCBA and firefighting skills. Bye bye.